welcome back to my channel. It's me, Glynny. Don't forget to subscribe here and also follow me on Instagram at itsmeglynny. So today's video is going to be around how to find a job in Amsterdam. I recently secured a role here in Amsterdam, and to be honest with you, I did a lot of prep work, I did a lot of research, and I want to share that with you guys as well, because I see a lot of people on X-Factor groups asking how to find work. I've had personal messages, people asking what the job market's like, where to search for work. So I really want to share that journey with you guys of what I did. Now, I'm no expert, I'm not a recruiter, I never have worked in recruitment, but I recently did secure a role here in Amsterdam. It's an English-speaking customer service role, and I practically secured it while I was in the UK. So I'm going to share my tips with you on what to do. So, tip number one for me is social media. Social media is such a huge part of everybody's life, it's in everybody's faces, and it's also in the Dutch employers' interest. They will check your social media because they invest in you as a person. That's the thing. So make sure your social media is set to, there's a nice moped going by, I will repeat that. Social media, make sure it's set to private. You know, make sure your profile picture is just a nice, pleasant profile picture. Don't be drunk, don't be smoking and all pouty and everything. Just have a nice photo of yourself, because they will check, because they invest in you as a person. So that's the first part, social media. But also as well, you need to think about the first thing that a recruiter sees of you. The first thing they see is your email address. Now, my email address was very centered around partying because I used to love to party, and this was back in the day. I said it years ago, and it was also Hotmail as well. Now, the new sort of email addresses like Gmail, Outlook, Live, they're just considered a bit more newer. So I wanted to change mine from Hotmail for a firstly to Outlook, but also I wanted to make it, there's a car. I don't think I'll film my next segment at this part, but anyway, there's another car. So the thing is, I wanted to change mine from Hotmail to Outlook, and I also made it more professional and took out any relevance to partying, because it's the first thing they see. So that's it. Social media, email, get them set correctly. Okay, so tip number two, guys, is where do you actually start looking? You need to know where to look to apply for these jobs. So we were always advised that LinkedIn and Indeed are the two biggest recruitment platforms in the Netherlands. Now, I personally use LinkedIn a lot more, so I will link down Indeed, but mainly this is going to be around LinkedIn. Now, there are recruitment agencies as well, there's other websites like Glassdoor and stuff, I'll link them below, but LinkedIn for me was personally my favourite and where I secured my role. Now, on LinkedIn, you need to firstly make sure you've got a profile. You know, make sure you've got a nice headshot. Make sure your profile does not mirror your CV. It needs to stay the same as your CV and sell you, but don't have a copy and paste of your CV. That won't work. Now, the thing is as well, you've got Easy Apply on LinkedIn. Don't use it. We were always advised not to use it, because with Easy Apply, it will either send your LinkedIn profile or it will just send your CV. Where's your motivation letter? Where's your cover letter? That's already missing. You've already cut your chances down by half. So I personally wouldn't use the Easy Apply. Go on the job description, find out the name of the business, find out an email address, and do it via their website direct and send as much information as you can. Also, with LinkedIn as well, you can check the business out. Normally, you can click on the business name and it will take you to a whole business page. So you can research the business, you can get information, you can use that to your advantage. So really check that out. Also, how often should you look for jobs? Daily. Look daily. So I was applying for jobs and I would get told the job would be open, say like 3 or 4 days. I would apply, I'd get a response saying the first batch of applicants were really good, so we're not taking any more on. But the job's still open for you to apply. So if you see a job, apply for it as soon as you can. So make sure you look daily. But that's my top tip. Get on LinkedIn, get on Indeed, and get applying. Hello everyone, and welcome to tip number 3. Get a decent coat. It's gone cold. So yeah, so I've had to change my coat. The denim jacket's gone. Too cold for denim jacket. But tip number 3 is your CV. Your CV is so important. Now, I'm from the UK, moved to the Netherlands, as you know. Did my CV match the standards of what the Netherlands were looking for? Was it in the correct format? So I'm going to run through the process of what we did with my CV. So you can, oh my god, it's starting to rain heavy. But, so what you can do is you can get your CV, I might finish this indoors. What you can do is get your CV, there is so much help on X-Factor Group, get it reviewed. Ask people for advice, you know, from the country that you're moving to. Get some free advice. There are plenty of people in the X-Factor groups that are willing to help. you can take it to the next level. You can pay to have someone professionally review and edit it for you, which it costs around between 50 and 100 euros from what I know, maybe more, maybe less elsewhere, but that's my experience. And then somebody will review it, they'll put it in the right format for you, make sure it stands out into a Dutch format. Now, with the Dutch format, what I understand is it should be no more than 2 pages. They really focus on your high-level job description, what you've delivered and what results you've gained. Whereas in the UK, we tend to write all our responsibilities. You need to cut that down, no more than a couple of points for each job role. Also, there's your educational side of things as well. You need to put your education on there. They're very hot on education. One tip that I would say is bring your certificates with you, because for the role that I secured, I needed to provide my highest level of education. You don't necessarily need to put your grades on there, but you do need to put what level you've achieved and what subject it was in. Now, there is this debate around photos. Should you have your photo? It's very common in the Netherlands for people to include their photo on their CV. Now, I went back and forth with this. I was advised actually use a photo because it's a great way of engaging with the recruiter before you've actually, you've gone through the process of interview and stuff. So I did include a CV. There is a negative side as well, that they might discriminate against you. I personally haven't experienced that. So it really is up to you, but I used one and it worked for me. So get your CV professionally done. So tip number 4 is research. And this tip is really gonna help you with my next tip as well. Research the company, okay? You need to understand this company. You need to understand what the company does, what they sell, what it stands for, the mission statements. Oh wow, I'm getting tricked on. But you need to understand this company because they want to know your motivation as well. They want to know why you're applying for them and why you're applying for this role. Also, you need to understand, what the progression is, the opportunities. You want to understand, does their values fit in with your values? And for any interview, you need to be prepared, so you need to understand the company. If you're really into charity work and volunteering, is part of this mission statement of the company to support charities and volunteering. You really, really, really have to do the legwork and research that company. Tip number 5. Tip number 5 is your motivational letter. As we call it in the UK, it's a covering letter. This is one of the most important things that you're going to do because the recruiter is going to see this first. So, firstly, you need to address it to the recruiter named on the job advert. If there isn't a recruiter named, then address it to the company. So, dear, da. Now, paragraph 1, as we were advised, was it should be about where you saw the job and what job you're applying for. Now, this is my tip. So when I said research in the last tip, what you want to do is research the company. If they say, we are the first company of this type in the Netherlands, write that into that first paragraph. Say, I am excited to work for the first company of this type in the Netherlands, and then put the job title or something along those words, but use that research to your advantage. So paragraph 2 and 3 should be about your skills and what you're going to bring to the role. Now, a job description will have an order of what they're looking for. They're looking for, somebody that has great prioritization skills, somebody that can deal with customers. Make sure you tailor your covering letter to the terminology that they use and in the order that they've written the job description. So if they say, great customer service skills, and you normally say excellent, make sure you tailor it and say great customer service skills. That way, you're already on the same page as the recruiter. When they're scanning through your covering letter and the job description, it will line up perfectly, and it just gives you that little bit of an edge. Now, paragraph 4 is your motivation, and this is where your research comes in again. Write why you want to work for this job, why you think you would be great at this job, and really, really highlight your motivation, because that's a key point. And finally, always sign your covering letter, motivational letter, with I look forward to hearing from you. It just sets the tone that, you're looking forward to hearing from them, and always sign it professionally and put yours sincerely or best regards, and then your full name. So guys, my final tip for you all is feedback. Make sure you are getting feedback on every rejection that you may have. Do not be afraid to ask the recruiter for feedback, because that feedback is a gift. That's what you will use and apply when you're applying for your future roles. So that's it from me. That's it. So for your success, good luck in your job search here in the Netherlands. If you have any questions, then drop a question down below. Contact me on my Insta, itsmeglynny. Make sure to subscribe and like. And all the best, guys!